By moonlit loch and peat dark river, the Kelpie waits, its back a black mirror of water, its breath a soft steam rising from the surface, offering a saddle to any lonely traveler who hears its hooves. "Mount it," the Kelpie seems to say, "and I will carry you home." Few who obey ever reach shore. Long before the clans carved their names into the hills, before saints hammered crosses into cold stone, the waters of Alba were thought to be the realm of older powers, deep-bellied forces that drank stars and whispered to roots. From those primeval currents, according to the oldest tellers, the Kelpie was born. Some say it was the jealous offspring of a river giant and a mare that grazed among the reeds. Others claim it was fashioned by a sea goddess who needed guardians for hidden wells and drowned kings. There are even whispers that the first Kelpie rose where a storm and a lullaby met, where a grieving nymph drowned in sorrow, and the river took her grief, shaped it into muscle and tooth, and let it walk upon two kinds of ground, shore and water. And, whatever its parentage, the Kelpie's creation was no neat conjuring. It was the residue of bargains and betrayals. The old stories insist that when mankind first cut channels and dammed streams, when a chieftain broke a sacred promise to the water spirits, something furious gathered in the pools. The Kelpie was the law of that fury made flesh, a guardian, a weapon, and a warning all in one. It is a creature of contrasts. Seen from afar, it is a magnificent horse, larger than any stallion born on pasture, its coat lacquer black or shimmering gray like wet slate. Its mane hangs in long tangles of algal hair, studded with beads of loch silt and the glint of small bones. Closer inspection reveals unnatural things. The skin is cold and damp to the touch. Its eyes are hollow pools that swallow lamplight, and its mouth, behind those flaring nostrils, reveals too many teeth for a horse. Some witnesses in the old tales tell of hooves that leave no print on earth, but ring like hammered iron on stone. Others say the Kelpie's feet are webbed and scaly, suited for both turf and tide. In its human guise, it is cruelly beautiful, often a tall man or woman with hair like kelp, eyes rimmed in seaweed, a slip of a smile that promises warmth and then gives only cold. Power flows through the Kelpie the way current flows through a river bend. It is a shapeshifter, capable of assuming forms that invite trust, the lost pony of a child, a weary horse for a pilgrim, even a handsome stranger at a lonely ford. Mortals who succumb to the temptation to ride are trapped by an enchantment, an invisible saddle that fuses to flesh. Gallop they may, for a while, down riverbanks and across bogs, but the Kelpie's true purpose is to reclaim. As the creature dives, the rider is carried with it into the deep and never seen again. Some say their souls are eaten, others that they become new components of the Kelpie, their laughter trapped in its throat. Beyond temptation, the Kelpie governs water. It calls to mists and can summon floods, dragging islands of peat and stone into new shapes. When lochs rise without reason, elders point to the Kelpie pacing beneath the surface, restless with hunger. In certain legends, a Kelpie can also be bound. A clever youth who steals its bridle or finds the silky skin it sheds may force the creature to do their bidding, carry timber, pull a plow, guard a threshold, until the Kelpie reclaims its skin and slips back into the deep, perhaps swearing blood against that family for generations. The creature wears prophecy like a tide marks the shore. One telling speaks of an old rhyme: when the last Kelpie sings, the land will reckon its debts. The verse was not only a threat, but a ledger. Kelpies were said to be bound to the memory of bargains broken by humankind, broken oaths to land and river, stolen peat, diverted streams. In times of drought or wrathful flood, clans would remember that their forebears had plundered the water and that the Kelpie would take its due. To some, Kelpies guarded submerged treasures and the bones of kings. To others, they were omens, their cry heralding death or harvest, depending on ancient rites kept by those who still listened to the water. Listen to the old crofters, and you will hear the same final warning reverberate. Respect the loch and its edge, for not every horse that waits is a beast of burden. Some carry bargains, some carry blood. When you hear hooves in the rain and a voice that promises warmth, remember that water remembers so. It remembers every man who walked away drunk with another's land, every mason who sealed a drain without asking. The Kelpie is the answer the water gave. Beautiful, terrible, and patient as erosion, always waiting until the price is paid.